and passions complete. Sport Today, your sport headquarters, where action speaks louder just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
It's Taremi, Lautaro on the move. Mehdi Taremi carrying it a long way. Di Marco, good save from Maignan. 3v2 potentially here. Mkhitaryan for Mehdi Taremi, and now Lautaro Martinez taking his time and finding the net. He's not been in the best form, but when Derby Day comes around, Lautaro is there to be counted upon. De Vrij, this is Mehdi Taremi, 1 against 1. It's only his second goal for the club, his first from open play. But Mehdi Taremi scores in Saudi Arabia to give Inter one hand on another Super Cup. Theo Hernandez scores the free kick. Game on in the Derby della Madonnina. Perhaps brighter days ahead for Theo and the Rossoneri. Rafael Leao, he'll run at Bisek here. Leao, he's got away from him. Rafael Leao and Reinders. What a block that is from Bastoni. Here's Taremi, and now Lautaro Martinez, again turning. Dumfries. Carlos Augusto couldn't quite force it home. He's claiming it crossed the line. No buzz on the watch for Simone Sozza. Good ball that from Leao. Theo Hernandez. Pulisic. He's got there and he scored. Pulisic finds the net in back-to-back derbies. The Rossoneri have come roaring back. Lautaro, Fratesi calling for it. Here is Fratesi, and now Denzel Dumfries. Good save from Maignan. Pulisic. Through it goes for Rafael, and there's Abraham to win the Super Cup. The mother of all turnarounds in Riyadh for Milan. After 3 consecutive Super Cups, Inter's run is over. Milan claim it.
All right, Tammy Abraham was the savior of AC Milan at the Milan derby right there in Saudi Arabia yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Super Tuesday edition of Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Ibadan. Bodija, to be precise, what a beautiful morning to talk sports on this brilliant dial. On the show this beautiful Tuesday morning, we look into the games that went down yesterday across some centers in Europe because we saw Real Madrid. They were in action yesterday. Of course, they won their game of 5 goals to nothing at the Copa del Rey. We talk about the Italian Super Cup that went down yesterday. What a comeback! What a game that we saw! A battle of the Milan, AC Milan and Inter Milan. A victory for AC Milan yesterday. They won the game by 3 goals to 2. We talk about that on the show. Nottingham Forest. What a game that they had yesterday against Wolves. Nottingham Forest won the game for 3 goals to nothing. In case you don't know, they are currently sitting third in the log of the English Premier League. And of course, later today, games that will be going on. It's going to be a very interesting one at the Carabao Cup semi-finals between Arsenal and Newcastle United. The first leg to be precise. And later in the Copa del Rey, Valencia will be in action. We'll talk about that on the show this briefly Tuesday morning. Don't you forget that. The camp of the Chan Eagles is getting more interesting because we are getting set for the big tournament. Later, next month, I will look into the camp of the Chan Eagles this morning. I'll give you the updates concerning the preparation for the Can tournament. Yes, we look into the latest developments also coming from the Nigerian Premier Football League. Shooting Stars to be precise. Just yesterday, we listened to the coach of Shooting Stars talking about Benga Ogumbote. Talking about how they are getting set for the new season. A lot to talk about this morning. Reports coming from the NNN also. Sanction for some club. Yes, interesting one coming from cricket this morning. Of course, at the big boys game. Talking about basketball. Several games went down across several centers this brief Tuesday morning. I will look into all those games. Take stories from transfer also. These are many more stories that will be coming your way this lovely Super Tuesday morning. In case you don't know, my name is Ayomiku Adeni. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm on the driving seat. I'm ready to take you through the ever interesting, ever sensating, ever controversial, ever heartbreaking world of sports. Let's dive into action this morning, shall we? We start from NBA just as usual to update you of all the games that went down. The big boys game, in case you don't know, we are still in the regular season, and of course we saw some games that went down from the Western and from the Eastern Conference this morning. A shocking result at some point, a beautiful performance from some club also. Individual performance also went down this morning. We saw one beautiful game. The Clippers are up against the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are winning the Los Angeles Clippers this morning. Timberwolves won the game 108 to 106. From the first quarter of the game, we saw the Clippers winning the first quarter, recording 27 points, 26 points in the second quarter. And for the home side, talking about the Timberwolves, they won the second quarter with 30 points. Going into action in the third and final quarter of the game, where they did the magic and they come back to record that victory. And for Sacramento King and Miami Heat, what a battle they had this morning. And of course, the game went into tie in the regular quarter time. Of course, it was won by the Kings in the overtime. They won by just slim margin, 123 to 118. What a game that they had. The Heat shall show the Heat, but the Kings shows they are king. And of course, they won the game for Chicago Bulls this morning. Beautiful runs, I must confirm to you. They've been winning games after games, and this morning also they went back into action, recording 114 points, 110 points. Victory for Chicago Bulls against San Antonio Spurs. What a game that we had this morning. And for Milwaukee Bucks also, they were in action against Toronto Raptors. And for the Bucks, they won the game 128, winning the first quarter of the game. Second quarter, they lost the third quarter, and of course it was a tie in the last quarter of that encounter to secure that famous victory. Indiana Pacers also securing victory this morning. Several games went down, I must confirm to you, from the world of NBA. All right, let's leave NBA this morning and let's go straight to cricket. Yes, a bidding up for the Cricket World Cup that will be going down in Malaysia. The Nigerian, the young female yellow-green team landed safely just yesterday in India as they'll be playing their warm-up game, bidding up to the ICC Under-19 Women World Cup in Malaysia that will be going down later this month. Nigeria in a very difficult group because they'll be playing against New Zealand and Samoa, and of course they will play against South Africa later in that competition. They are currently now in India and getting set for the two warm-up games they'll be playing against Pakistan. Of course, one of the most biggest team when it comes to cricket. Yes, we wish them all the best and they continue in that sojourn. Okay, let's leave cricket this morning and let's go straight to football, the people's game, and we'll be starting from the local scene. Yes, even though the MPFL is on break now, we have some couple of games that went down in the NNA just this weekend. And of course, some sanction also went to some club. Quickly, let me just notify you that the NNN had fined Sporting Supreme and Kada Warriors over unruly conduct in their game. The Nigerian Football National League has fined two clubs over unruly conduct just this weekend. Sporting Supreme FC and Kada Warriors of Kaduna were penalized following a match day 4 in the league. Of course, according to the NNN, Kada City fans were unruly, throwing sachet water on the field in protest. The home team boy were accused of hiding 6 match balls to delay the game. Kada Warriors FC were fined 200,000 for their fans' behavior, and Sporting Supreme FC received a heavy fine of 500,000 for poor security arrangement. The league won against hiding the match ball, threatening every sanction for any club involved in that activities. Both clubs have 48 hours to accept the fine or appeal to the discipline committee, while the NNL praised the referee for his professional conduct despite the challenges. Of course, we saw what happened in that game, and another incident happened in the game involving Mighty Jets. This weekend, Mighty Jets alleged that their cameraman was beaten and the camera destroyed during the NNN match day 4 right there in Castilla State against Jigawa Golden State Warriors. The George Bay team club also disclosed that the team were denied access into dressing room in halftime. At the end of the day, they won that game away from home. All right, away from the NNN, let's go straight to the Nigerian Premier Football League, the bigger boys. Of course, let's talk about stories coming from Oluyole Warriors. This morning, 3FC Boys expect difficult second round of the league. Of course, we saw what happened in the first standard of the MPL for Shooting Stars. They started very slowly, but then they get into the groove before the end of the first standard. So let's talk about what happened in the camp of Shooting Stars. They resumed training already, and of course, we saw some pictures online where the guys are getting set for the new and the second half of the season. Shooting Stars technical advisor Gbenga Wugote has expressed his team readiness for tougher challenges in the second round of the Nigerian Premier Football League. In a chat with media men after their first training section, after resuming from a short break, the technician says that the Oluyole Warrior will leave no stone untouched to have a positive campaign with the league as the league resume. Of course, we are expecting Shooting Stars to do well, of course, getting the continental ticket, if not winning the MPFL League. All right, let's go straight to Port Harcourt this morning and to go to Rivers United. Yes, they have issued a statement confirming and the OPEC remaining registered player under the contract until 2027. The club have emphasized that OPEC's contract, and of course, it still remains Rivers United player. And of course, they want every agent and intermediary not to engage with any conversation or any deal whatsoever to that player. And of course, a good one coming from Akwa United this morning as they reappoint Kennedy Boboye as their head coach. Of course, he was the former coach of the team, won the league for them, so he's back to their coaching crew. Of course, let's see what will happen to Akwa United later as the league continues. Guys, you are still on to sport today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. We'll be going on the short commercial break right about now, and when we return, we'll go straight to Europe and talk about the games that will be going down later today between Arsenal and Newcastle United. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
Real talk with the ladies.
Real talk with the ladies. Real talk with Ray, Kathy, Sweetheart, and Comrie. Real talk every Tuesday, 3 to 4 p.m. on Honor 103.5 FM. Real talk discusses relatable and controversial issues just the way it is, without embellishments. Stay tuned.
ládùúgbò mi lètò kan ètò kan ní ìkànnì yìí ọ̀nà 103.5 FM ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ní dédé aago 12 sí aago 1 ọ̀sán pẹ̀lú olólùfẹ́ yín Kọ́lá Akíntọ́lá ọmọ bàbá wọ́tà níbi tí a ti máa gbàlejò àwọn adarí agbègbè community leaders, àwọn alága landlord association tí wọ́n sì máa ṣàlàyé àwọn ìpèníjà tí wọ́n ń kojú ládùúgbò wọn, ké gbàjarè sí etí àwọn aláṣẹ kí wọ́n sì máa bá wọn wó ojútùú síbi tí bàtà ti ń ta wọ́n lẹ́sẹ̀. Ọmọ bàbá wọ́tà tún máa pẹ̀tù sí àwọ̀ láàrin agbègbè sí agbègbè. Ṣé mọ̀ wípé ibi tí àlàáfíà bá ti ń jọba ní ìdàgbàsókè mọ́ wà ládùúgbò mi pẹ̀lú Kọ́lá Akíntọ́lá ọmọ bàbá wọ́tà lọ́jọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday láago 12 sí aago 1 ọ̀sán. Má mísì ẹ̀.
On 103.5 FM.
right, welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform, 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from Bodija here in the city of Ibadan. You can join the conversation live on Facebook at Honor 103.5 FM. Let's get into all of this action this morning. Before we jet straight to Europe, let's take some transfer story involving some Nigerian players. Yes, we have some rumor that Kelechi Iheanacho might be making that move to Al Ahly, but then his agent denied that story. So probably we still wait and see what will come from the camp of Kelechi Iheanacho, where he will be going before the end of this transfer. Of course, good one for Sam Osaye. Of course, he might be making that big return to Premier League. You know that he left the Premier League to seek another league, talking about Fenerbahce right there in Turkey. So the defender might be seeking a return back to the Premier League before the end of this January transfer. A lot of transfer stories surrounding Nigerian player Victor Osimhen. Also, interest coming from Arsenal, from United. But hey, we wait for Victor Osimhen if he will be willing to leave Turkey before the January transfer. Of course, we have Sadiq Umar also joining Valencia on loan. That is no more news again. But then we'll see what he will do in his new club after leaving his previous club on loan. Also, we look into stories concerning some interesting players involving Nigeria. Super Falcons midfielder Deborah join another team. Do you want to know the team? Before the end of this program, we give you all you need to know concerning Deborah, which we call Kante. Okay, quickly into that one now. Super Falcons midfielder Deborah Abiodun has joined NWSL club Washington Sprint on a deal until 2027. So it's going to be a very interesting one, seeing the Nigerian player moving this January transfer. Guys, let's move fast and let's talk about the game that will be going down later today between Arsenal and Newcastle United. Okay, the game will be going down later today, the semi-final, the first leg of the semi-finals of the EFA Cup between Arsenal and Newcastle United. Let's check through their head-to-head building up to this game. People run for the young Gunners, even in their last game in the Premier League against Brighton, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Before then, they defeated Brentford away from home by 3-1. And for Newcastle United, their last game against Tottenham Hotspur, they won away from home by 2-1, and against United they won at the Old Trafford by 2-0. Even with the injury worries of the Arsenal team. So we'll see what will happen later today at the Emirates Stadium. But then the last time they met in the Premier League, Newcastle won the game by a long goal. And last season we saw some couple of tricky games involving Arsenal and Newcastle, which Arsenal won that game by 4-1. So it's going to be a very dicey one, talking about Newcastle, talking about their current form also. And for Arsenal, a lot of injury worries. Kai Havertz is still in doubt. Nwaneri, that is also fitting into Saka role, will be out for some weeks. Saka also will be missing that game. High-flying Newcastle team, which will be led by Alexander Isak up front. So it's going to be a very interesting one. So let's listen to the coach of the Arsenal this morning, talking about Mikel Arteta. Let's see what you have to say about the game.
I'm very excited to play the game in front of our crowd, a semi-final, an opportunity to earn the right to be in a final, and it starts tomorrow. It's 2 legs. Obviously, it's going to be 2 long games against a very competitive team. We know that, but very excited, and we need a big atmosphere in our stadium.
What do you think winning this competition would do for the squad?
I don't know. We have to win tomorrow. We're still far, so try to be better than the position and win the game.
Alexander Isak is obviously a player right in form for Newcastle. Have you an idea how to stop him? Is he a player you like?
Yeah, obviously he's a top player. He's in top form, scoring a lot of goals, and And yeah, try to minimize the strength of the opposition. That's obviously a big part of the plan when we're playing any opponent.
What games we have should just be like every other cup competition, really. Just one game.
It doesn't matter. Two beautiful games to play.
But in your opinion, it would be one game that you could lose.
My opinion doesn't count, unfortunately. So we have two. If I have to pick one and a home, yeah. If you give me the chance, that's what I would like.
Newcastle have been a difficult team for you to play against recently. They're on a really good run of form at the moment. What has Eddie Howe done differently over the last month or so?
I don't know. That's a question for him. It's a tough opponent for everybody because they are a really good side. They are really well coached. They have really good individual players. The same as it's difficult to play against us.
Just two final ones on referees. First of all, VAR. We're now going to, during these semi-finals, actually hear what the referee says in the commute around the stadium. Is that a positive way forward for VAR so that everybody is involved, the fans get to hear what the referees are saying? Are you looking forward to how it's going to work?
Yeah, I think any decision that brings clarity, and the communication is clear and transparent, I think is helpful.
All right, that is Mikel Arteta speaking about the game that will be going down later today. So let's leave the EFL Carabao Cup.
This is Honor 103.5.
Let's talk about other games that happened yesterday at the Italian Super Cup. Yes, so we saw AC Milan and Inter Milan yesterday. Beautiful game. Inter Milan scoring to go up front in early hours of that game, only for AC Milan to come back in that game to secure that victory. Good one for AC Milan. So before we start with BYE on the show this Tuesday morning, let's take stories from the continent. Talking about CAF this morning, a lot of actions. And what we are expecting from the CHAN 2025, the draws will be going down later this month right there in Kenya. The Confederation of African Football CAF has announced the date and venue to stage the draw for the 8th African Cup Nations Final, which will be going down in 3 countries right there in Africa. The likes of Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda will be hosting the CHAN tournament, of course, just to test run the Nations Cup that will be going down in the year 2025. Yes, we have some teams and some countries that has qualified already. Nigeria inclusive, the 18 teams that will be going head-to-head later this month. Yes, from the West African country, we have Nigeria Republic, Burkina Faso, and Nigeria. Yes, we have the WAFU A also, which include countries like Ghana, Senegal. Those guys will be coming from the WAFU A. We have the COSAFA also, Angola, alongside Zambia and Madagascar. Of the countries and nations we are expecting for one of the biggest tournaments right in Africa. We have Morocco, we have Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Sudan, Congo, DR Congo, Central African Republic. All these guys will be coming for the big games. Guys, until I come your way again later to update you of all the actions that went down in the world of sports. My name is Ayo Miku Adeni. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.